Transformation Podcast. Transformation Podcast.
Right now, as you listen to this lecture, chemicals in your brain are deciding how you feel about these words. Dopamine is either motivating you to keep listening or telling you to click away. Serotonin is setting your mood baseline. Norepinephrine is determining your level of alertness. And here's the truth most people never learn. You're not just at the mercy of these chemicals. You can become the conductor of your own chemistry. Good morning. I am Dr. C, and this is Spirit 101. So check your syllabus to make sure you're in the right class. Those of you at the door, come in quickly and take a seat. Spirit is the second part of our formula. Soul plus spirit plus body equals whole body happiness. If you need a refresher on how these pieces fit together, Podcast 2 has you covered. So what is spirit? Is spirit actually? We can't see it. We've heard a lot about it. But how deeply have you gone down the rabbit hole to determine if the spirit is even deserving of your study? Here's what I want you to understand. When your ancestors spoke about the spirit moving through them, about vibrations and energy and the power of words, they were describing what we now measure as neurochemistry. Same system, different language. Science didn't disprove the ancients, it validated them. The spiritual and the scientific are two lenses on the same truth, that your thoughts and beliefs speak directly to your blood, your organs, your cells. Every part of you is listening. We'll use both languages in this class. When I talk about vibes, borrowing from the 1970s, I mean emotional frequencies, the resonance your thoughts create in your body. When I talk about chemistry, I mean the same phenomenon measured in a lab. You need both languages because this work is both ancient and cutting edge. Your body is not a passive vessel. It's not a collection of biological processes happening to you. You have billions of cells responding to the vibratory resonance of your thoughts every moment of your life. The question isn't whether this system is running, it's whether you're running it or it's running you. Today you're going to learn how thoughts are actually formed, the mechanics of how a fleeting perception becomes a belief that shapes your biology. Mastering this is essential because once you understand how the system works, you can change whatever isn't working for you. Your thoughts become medicine. Your beliefs become tools. Let's get into it. Perceptions, thoughts, and beliefs. For us to understand the power of spirit, we have to understand how perceptions, thoughts, and beliefs work inside our spirit system. These three are connected. One flows into the next. So before we get into the chemistry of thought, let's make sure we're clear on what each one is and how they build on each other. Perception, where it all starts. Perception is how you take in the world. Your senses, sight, sound, touch, taste, smell, are constantly gathering information and sending it to your brain. That's perception. It's automatic. It's immediate. You don't choose it, it just happens. But here's what most people miss. Perception isn't neutral. It's shaped by your attention, your emotional state, your past experiences. Two people can stand on the same street corner and perceive completely different worlds. Let's take a peek into the life of Tasha. Tasha commutes through a busy urban area every day. The noise, the crowds, the chaos, it leaves her stressed and anxious. Picture her on that sidewalk. Car horns blaring, strangers brushing past, someone arguing into their phone, a siren wailing 2 blocks over. Her shoulders are tight, her jaw is clenched. Her body is responding to what she perceives as threat. Now here's what Tasha doesn't realize. If this stress persists over time, it creates a low frequency in her body, and low frequencies lead to negative body functions. Her perception is literally shaping her health. So how does Tasha shift? Before, Tasha perceives the noise and crowd as chaotic and stressful. She focuses on the negative, the rudeness, the noise, the feeling of being trapped. After, Tasha decides to change her lens. She starts noticing the diversity of people around her, each with their own story. The man on the phone might be closing a deal that changes his family's life. The woman laughing with her friend might have just gotten good news from a doctor. Tasha listens to the blend of sounds not as noise, but as a symphony, the living pulse of a city in motion. Same street corner, completely different experience. Her anxiety drops, her shoulders relax, her frequency rises. That's the power of perception. And if you want to go deeper, pages 51 to 60 in Alchemy of Emotions will take you there. From perception to belief, the vapor, water, and ice. Now let's look at how perception becomes belief. I want you to picture something familiar: vapor, water, and ice. Perception is vapor. Think of steam rising from a cup of tea or morning mist hanging over a field. You can sense it, but you can't grab it. That's perception. Diffuse, fleeting, impressionistic. It points your attention somewhere, but it hasn't taken shape yet. Thoughts are water. When vapor cools and condenses, it becomes water. Now you have something you can see, something you can hold, something you can pour from one container to another. That's what happens when perceptions cluster together and form a thought. You're now aware of something specific. It has form. But like water, it's still fluid. It can still move. It can still change. Beliefs are ice. Leave water in the cold long enough and it freezes. That's a belief, a thought that has hardened into something solid. Beliefs feel permanent. They shape how you see everything else. They become the lens you don't even know you're wearing. And like ice, they resist change. You can't reshape ice with your hands. But here's the key. Ice isn't permanent. Add heat and it melts back into water. Picture this. You take a block of ice, some old belief that's been frozen in you for years. You apply heat, new information, a shift in awareness, a practice that challenges what you thought was true. The ice melts. Now you have water again. Now you can pour it. Pour it into a star mold. Let it freeze. You have a star. Pour it into a heart mold. Let it freeze. You have a heart. That belief that once felt permanent, it can become anything. The shape is up to you. The work ahead. This is what we're learning to do. Recognizing when a belief has frozen. Understanding where it came from, which perceptions condensed into which thoughts, and how those thoughts hardened over time. And then applying the right heat to melt it back down, so we can pour it into a shape that serves us. Perceptions start the journey. Thoughts give it structure. Beliefs lock it in. But nothing is permanent. Everything can be reshaped. That's the power of spirit.
Single thought can release dopamine or serotonin. Well, Imagine spending a day where every moment is designed to trigger your joy chemicals. That's exactly what Marcus at Napa Valley Chauffeur has mastered. He doesn't just drive you through wine country, he's literally orchestrating your neurochemistry. Picture this. Marcus understands something profound, master at creating experiences that produce what I call the happiness cocktail. Beauty equals serotonin, those stunning vineyard views. Anticipation equals dopamine. What's the next surprise? Connection equals oxytocin, sharing moments with loved ones. Accomplishment equals endorphins, discovering your new favorite wine. Marcus handpicks routes that maximize those wow moments. He knows which winery has the owner who'll make you laugh. Dopamine boost. He knows where the sunset view will literally take your breath away. Serotonin surge. He times everything so you're never rushed, never stressed, keeping cortisol at bay while your happiness chemicals flow. Ready to let someone else be the chemist for a day? Visit www.napavalleychauffeur.com or call Marcus directly at 877-57-59994. Tell him Professor Rona Barret sent you to get your happiness chemicals naturally adjusted. He'll know exactly what you mean. Good afternoon. I'm Professor Rona Barret, and I'm taking over from Dr. C. I'm here to blow your mind with something that should have been taught in every health class but wasn't. Let me start with a question. Have you ever had a gut feeling about something? Or felt butterflies when you're nervous? Here's what nobody told you. Those aren't just expressions. Your gut is literally having emotions. And I'm about to prove it to you. You have two bodies living inside you. Over 200 years ago, a French genius named Xavier Bichat discovered something that modern science is only now catching up to. He found that you're not one person, you're two. Body number one, your thinking body. This is your brain and nervous system. It thinks, plans, worries, and speaks in words. This is the you that's listening to me right now. Body number two, your feeling body. This is your gut, heart, and organs. It doesn't understand words. It only understands chemicals. And here's the kicker. This body makes 95% of your serotonin, your happiness chemical. Your gut is literally your happiness factory. The problem? These two bodies speak different languages. Your brain speaks English. Your gut speaks chemistry. And every time you have a thought, you're translating it into a chemical that your gut has to deal with. Your body is a house with guests. Imagine your body as a house. Every day, emotional guests knock on your door. Good guests, joy, gratitude, love. These guests clean up, bring flowers, fix things. They leave your house better than they found it. Destructive guests, anxiety, anger, resentment. These guests punch holes in walls, clog the plumbing, leave trash everywhere. Now here's the scary part. If you keep thinking the same negative thoughts, these destructive guests don't just visit. They move in. They unpack. They get mail delivered. They become permanent residents. And Bichat proved that when these toxic emotions move in permanently, they literally damage your organs. Not metaphorically, literally. How thoughts become your reality. The ice cube truth. Remember Dr. C's ice cube analogy? Let me tell you how it actually works in your body. Vapor, random thoughts. Maybe I'm not good enough floats through your mind. Chemical released, tiny bit of cortisol. Water, repeated thoughts. You think it 10 times a day. Now it's flowing. Chemical released, steady stream of cortisol plus adrenaline. Ice, belief. I'm not good enough becomes your identity. Chemical state. Chronic cortisol equals inflammation, digestive issues, anxiety. But here's the hope. Ice melts, heated up with new thoughts, and that solid belief becomes fluid again. You can reshape it into anything you want. Your chemical menu, what you're ordering. Every day, every thought you think is like ordering from a chemical menu. Here's what you're serving your body. The stress special, worry thoughts, cortisol, weakened immune system, weight gain, insomnia. The joy combo, gratitude thoughts, dopamine plus serotonin, better sleep, stronger immunity, energy. The love deluxe, connection thoughts, oxytocin, lower blood pressure, reduced pain, healing. The confidence boost, power thoughts, testosterone, increased energy, motivation, strength. The 90-second chemical reset. Here's a fact that will change your life. Any chemical your body produces from an emotion only lasts 90 seconds. 90 seconds. After that, if you're still feeling it, it's because you're choosing to reorder the same chemical by thinking the same thought. Try this right now. 1. Notice a negative feeling. 2. Say, that's just cortisol. It'll clear in 90 seconds. 3. Breathe deeply and think of something you're grateful for. 4. Feel the chemical shift as dopamine replaces cortisol. You just proved you're the chemist of your own experience. The warning: when chemicals become scars. Bisha discovered something that should terrify you into changing your thoughts today. When you hold a toxic emotion long enough, it stops being just a chemical and becomes a physical scar in your tissue. He called it a lesion. We call it disease. Think about that. Your repeated thoughts literally remodel your organs. Chronic worry doesn't just feel bad, it physically damages your stomach lining. Sustained anger doesn't just raise your blood pressure, it scars your arterial walls. But here's the miracle. Just as negative thoughts can damage, positive thoughts can heal. Your body is constantly rebuilding itself. Give it better chemicals, and it builds better cells. Your homework: the chemical diary. For the next 3 days, keep a chemical diary. Morning: what chemical am I ordering with my first thoughts? Noon: what chemical cocktail have I been mixing? Night: what chemical am I taking to bed? By day 3, you'll see the pattern. You'll realize you've been unconsciously drugging yourself all day long. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. That's when change begins. Remember this: your thinking body and your feeling body are having a conversation right now. Your brain is speaking and your gut is listening. Every word is becoming a chemical. Every chemical is becoming your reality. The question isn't whether you're creating chemicals, you are. The question is, are you creating medicine or poison? You're not a victim of your chemistry, you're the chemist. Start mixing better medicine. Class dismissed.